As we head into this ProQuest season, one question in the back of players' minds is, will Briar LL and take with her Rosetta Thorn? After all, she's very, very close and it'll happen eventually, but can she make it this season? Unfortunately, I don't think she will. Let's discuss. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hello everyone, and welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in here to Go Again, a fabulous cast here on Dice Commando. Today we're looking at Briar, and why I think she's likely to fall short of the points needed for Living Legend status during this particular ProQuest season. If you want to help support the channel, you can use my affiliate link to Fab Foundry when you're buying singles. You can check them out using the link below. Travis is a great guy with a great LGS, not to mention a pretty darn decent team of players. And also, we're only a little more than a week away from ProQuest Season 3 event at my LGS Gangai Games, and yes, I am running the event. We already have over 50 players registered. It's going to be a fun but long day. If you're not in the area, the plan is to live stream the event, so check that out here on the channel on January 1st, starting around noon Pacific. And remember, when buying Fab, sealed product, or anything really from Gangai, you can use code Commando10 at checkout and save 10%. So Briar currently sits at 922 Living Legend points, 78 more to go until she ascends into the LL heavens and takes with her the dreaded Rosetta Thorn. As mentioned in the intro, I don't think she's going to make it this season. During 2023, probably very, very likely, but in January, I don't think so. As of the time of shooting, there are 345 ProQuest Season 3 events listed in Gem. That correlates to a total of 690 available Living Legend points to be allocated over the course of the season. A ProQuest event grants 2 points per win, and with Briar's 78 remaining points, that correlates to her needing to take down 39 events across the globe. That correlates to just over 11% of the events, which is a little higher than 1 in 10. Now sure, if there are events not listed yet in Gem, which is possible, although considering that it's basically starting now, one would have to ask why they're not in there at this point, then that number could be slightly less. I completely grant you that. But even so, that win percentage seems just a little high for me, given the current, or forecasted at least, meta situation. Briar is very, very strong, and very explosive with her CMH, Channel Mount Heroic, and Fused Force of Nature turns. If you can just get one of those off, it's often game over. It's pretty simple in concept, not always in execution, but with Channel Mount Heroic down, you combine your Fused Force of Nature, threatening the card draw, and then just come over and over and over with cards like Snatch, Swarming Gloomveil, Ravenous Rabble, and so on. And it's often too much for most heroes to handle. As such, you can pretty much outrace most heroes. Briar's strong in Defy, decent in Dash, has positive matchups into a large portion of the field. Conversely though, the disruptive heroes, and the ones that can block really well, can pose a serious problem to Briar, namely Icelander, Oldhim, and to a certain extent, Ice Lexi. And therein, for me, lies the problem. If my predictions about the ProQuest meta are correct, link it up here, Briar's going to have to deal with a large concentration of the negative matchup heroes. So while I'm not going to sit here and try to predict the exact win percentage, with so many events across the world and the various local metas and such, she is bound to get points. But 10% win rate across the season seems pretty high to me given the amount of Icelander specifically, plus Oldhim and Lexi, that I think we're going to see. This upcoming season is going to be super fun to see how it plays out. Seeing how this super wide meta plays out, how people respond and predict moves is really going to be fascinating to watch. And hey, maybe I'm wrong about Briar. Actually, I kind of hope I am, because I'd really like to see Rosetta not be a thing anymore. But I guess we will find out over the next 3 weeks. Thanks for watching, and go Commando.